Good day everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to do vet visits. And firstly we're going to do the vet visit type, and secondly show you how to use the vet visits. To do that we're going to go to Health, Vet Visits, Vet Visit Types. And a vet visit type is your monthly vet visit, or your specs, or your hoof trimming events, and whatever else you want to use. So we go new, and this one I'm just going to do a broad spectrum herd run, which will be your monthly or your fortnightly visit. So now once we've named it, we can include animals returned from previous vet visit, which is defaultly ticked. Allow animals to be manually invited, which is also ticked default. And the one that's not ticked default is exclude to be culled animals. This means if you want to exclude your animals that are marked to be cull, you tick that. For this one we're going to leave it open, because in some cases we have some cows that have been inseminated that are to be culled, marked to be culled after the insemination, so we want to see if they're pregnant or not still, nonetheless. Okay, so we add the vet visit filters. We can add after negative preg check, check after abortion. So to select multiple ones, I'm holding down the control key. Check before dry, that's going to see that she's pregnant before you dry her off. And let's say we want preg check due. See, this just lost my other ones, so we're just ticking them again. And we can have more filters here. We can come back and add filters later if we wish. We can create our own filters that aren't on the list, and I'll show you that shortly. So then we save and close. So like I said, we can create our own filters, and to do that we go to Tools, Filters, and under the user defined filters I like to create a folder called a filter group called Vet Visit Filters. And then inside the vet visit filters folder or group, I'm going to create a filter, and I'm going to call this 100 days in milk, not in calf. And then I simply add the criteria here. So I want days in milk. We add it, and I want to say greater than or equal to, whichever. I want to say let's go greater than 100 days in milk. And I want to add a criteria, and that criteria I want to be is pregnant, and that must be false. So then I have nothing clicked in the tick box, and then I don't want to be culled animals. Equals, and that must be also unticked. So days in milk is greater than 100 days, is pregnant is false, to be culled is false. If I want to say, so now I don't want to include animals that have been inseminated, so I can say days since last insemination is blank. So if she's blank, she's not going to have a day since last insemination, which is what we want. So this filter is going to pull out any animal that's over 100 days, that's not pregnant, that is not to be culled, and has not been inseminated. So we save that, and we just go to that filter. We have to make it a vet visit filter. You see here is vet visit filter, and we say use in vet visit, and now it has a tick in that column. Right, so then we go back to the vet visit type. We want to include that one in our filters, so we double click on the herd run and we link, and we just find that 100 days in milk, which is at the top of the queue, and we say OK. Just quickly on this subject, if you have a second, a third or fourth, you can include them here as well. Most cases, the farms that I deal with, they only have one single preg check. So once that's done, we save it and close it. So once your vet visit type is set up, we can then go and create a vet visit, and we do that under health, vet visits, vet visits. And then we can create a new one, and the vet is, in this case I've just named it video vet. Let's say the vet visit is only for the 8th, and it's herd run. We can add a comment to say herd run October, and we can plan these in advance. The most common one, 7 days in advance, and if your vet visit is weekly or bi-weekly, we can say every second week on a Tuesday. So what I do advise is if the vet's coming on Wednesday, you select Tuesday. If the vet visit's on Thursday, you select Wednesday. So you have your list created the day before the vet is due to come. And we don't want it on Friday, we just want it on Tuesday. And we can set an end date if we wish to. In this case, I'm not going to set any end date. So then there is your vet run. It has no animals in it. So we have to click on prepare vet visit. So if we click on prepare, we can again have all these filters, and we can take away a filter. Let's say we don't want the after negative preg checks for this particular run, we can then take it away. It doesn't take it away from the vet visit type, as I'll show you now. So I'm going to say OK, and it says 90 new animals added. So there it says just go back here, it says 90 animals, and if I go to the vet visit types, as you can see, the after negative preg check is still there. It remains there, it's just removed for this particular vet run. So then once we've clicked on show and prepare vet visit, it automatically opens this window. This has got all the animals in the list. There's 90 animals due for this particular preg test, herd run, I beg your pardon. And it's got your invitation reason here for preg check dues, 100 days in milk, not in calf, and whatever else there would be here. Check before dries, etc., etc. So you can print this list as it is, simply by clicking print if you're connected to your printer, or you can go back to the vet visits and say show report, and you can choose which group. So in this particular case, I know group 1 and 2 is your milking cows, so I just want milking cows on there. I think group 1, 2 and 3 are milking cows, and here you can show different how many events, historical events you want to appear on the report, and I just want 2, and I want to sort on animal number, not on invitation. So you can select on invitation reason if you wish, but let's go to animal number and we say OK. And then this, for me, is a much better report to print for the day at the vet. So that is a group is animal number 830. She is in group 1. The vet visit date is the 8th of October. Her reason is a preg check due. She's 35 days since insemination. She's 150 days in milk, 10th lactation, and it has all the information, even milk at 26 liters, and her heat date, I beg your pardon, her daily milk is 11.26. So this you can print out. Much more, for me, is an easier list to work with, and it has a bit more information on for you. So you do your vet visit, you put in your comments here, in calf, not in calf, whatever the case might be, and whatever the diagnosis and treatment is, and whatever the drug is. So you've got place to write on it. So now the vet has been to the farm, he's done his preg checks and whatever else he's had to do, and we've got the results and whatever treatments have been done to the animals. So in the animals in the vet visit, which we get by clicking in the vet visits, we click on the show animals and vet visit tab. So for this instance, I'm just going to filter on preg check due, and let's say this cow number had a preg check. Let's just go back one step. So she's been preg checked, but she's in calf, but the vet says she is further in calf than what our records say. So she's probably 50 or 60 days in calf, and we're saying 36. So we say positive, and we change it to the first AR. And we save and close. Right? So there it says 36 days and days pregnant 57. Right? Because she was 36, but we've chosen the previous AR. Let's say now all the rest of them are in calf and their dates are correct according to the vet. Let's just go back one step. We highlight them. We can either right click and say preg check, or we can click on the preg check icon. They're all positive and their dates are correct, so we say apply to all, and we say save and close. That is normal, so we just say save, and there you can see they're all positive and their dates match up, barring the one we changed. Now the next two, let's say the next two, the vet might have said a recheck, so the terminology in DelPro, so again we can right click there or there. The terminology in DelPro for recheck is uncertain. So we change this to uncertain, we apply to all, and we save and close. So those animals that are uncertain, you see they've got a question mark, if they have not been inseminated by the time the next vet visit comes, they will be automatically included in the next vet visit to be rechecked. Let's say the rest, unfortunately, were not in calf. Again, we go there, we say negative, apply to all, save and close. Again, we get this message, that's fine, it's natural. Then, if the animal does not come to the vet visit, you can either make her uncertain or you can just make her completely blank. Both would be fine. Let's take this filter off preg checks and let's say 100 days in milk, not in calf. Right, let's say this animal, she got an estimate to short cycle her. Let's say it was at 10 o'clock. Estimate, I don't know if it's on here. If it's not, we create a new one quickly. Est. none. And then we got here, invite the animal for the next vet visit. So on this cow, unless you want her to come, she doesn't have to. But if we say yes, days to next visit 14 days, and then we can see the date that corresponds with the next day the vet visit will be happening, or the day before, because previously we set our prints to be the day before the vet visit, so we can sort them. But that will be farm dependent on how you do that. So 14 days, that's the day, the next day the vet visit will be there, and the reason is 100 days in milk, not in calf. So that's how you have an animal return for the next vet visit. Otherwise, on that page, we just say no, or leave it blank. Check before it dries. Let's say they're all in calf, barring one. Again, we go preg check. We say positive, apply to all, save and close. Right, the last one, unfortunately she's lost her calf. We say preg check, negative, save and close. Yes, we're sure she's negative. Right, says that abortion automatically generated. So now we can go and say cull decision, because we don't want to breed with her again. And we say we can put expected cull date if we wish, but the cull reason is aborted. And we save and close. So all on this list, everything has been done. And once all the vet visit results are entered, we go back to the vet visits tab, and if it's not open, we go back vet health, vet visits, and we say double click there and we say completed. That's to say that vet visit is complete. If we wish to invite an animal to the vet visit that does not reach the requirements or the criteria we have set out for that particular vet visit, we can invite her manually. By doing that either on the cow card or any report or animal list, we can say batch entry, vet visit invitation, and which vet visit is, we don't know, we need to create a new one. And let's say, as an example, it's the 5th of October. It's a herd run, save and close, and the vet visit invitation reason is bad udder, inspect. Right, and then we say apply to all and save and close. So now if we go to the vet visit for the 5th of October and we just invite, it might be a lot, which is fine. But if we look for the animal, there she's at the top of the list, 917, bad udder, inspect. So that's her reason for the vet visit invitation. And like I said, you can do that on the animal card as well. So if we go 933, go onto a cow card, events, new event, vet visit invitation, select the vet visit. Let's say she's got bad left front foot. Save And if we go to vet visits again, we invite again, should have 92 there now. 92, and there's the other one, bad left front foot.